Hey there, it's Greg, and I'm here with your Daily 5. So, first of all, just a little background about the market right here. I don't really like the market here. I'm finding a lot of setups failing quite often. So I'm looking hard. I looked really hard to try and find 5 stocks I wanted to buy in this sort of environment. So I'm looking for stocks that have either based or are trying to base and turn higher. I've got a few breakout names, but a lot of the breakouts have been failing, so I want to be more careful on trying to buy that. So my first name is BHP Billiton. This stock is a big mining company based in Australia, but obviously has big positions all over the world. The thing I like about the stock the most is the technical setup on the chart. And the reason I say that is the stock had sat here with a prior high in around the $50 range. And then in November of 2020, it broke out to new highs and it rallied all the way up to $77 for a nice 50% gain, and then pulled back down and has come all the way back down to retrace the whole thing. Now it came down here, it bounced off here, and now it's starting to settle in, and it's traded 4 weeks quite tight. You can see here on the Zoom panel. I would prefer if my PPO is a little better set up, but what I want to see is this start to cross and turn higher. I like the way the stock is positioned here because you can have a stop very close if we're wrong. If you're going to start making new 52-week lows on this stock, I want out, but otherwise it's a good position to look for an entry. So 51.88 is the lows in here. And that would have just ticked down, not quite to 52-week lows because you'd have had to be in mid-November for that. But you're sitting right at the baseline, and I really like it for an opportunity here. Our full stochastic is starting to turn up, and it really dumped from the highs up around $75, pulled back all the way, and now we're breaking that relative strength downtrend. The next step, obviously, is to turn it into an uptrend. So we're early on this one, but I do like the way the chart's set up. And there's been a lot of volume playing around here. So somebody's interested in trying to get this. I don't know if this is just volume accumulation or just trading in and out here. But it's a very tight range, 52 to 58, roughly a 10% range over the last 2 to 3 months. I think that looks really good. Taskeko Mines is a miner as well. They have more precious metals, and what I like about this particular chart is I've drawn the line. It's a small company. This is trading in the US as TGB, and in Canada as TKO.TO. And then what you see here is this horizontal line at $2 is a real support and resistance. So it was resistance, became support, bounced out of here and took off to the upside. When it came down, it bounced a little below this area, but found some support, came back up, tried to hold above it, couldn't, and then moved down and then stayed meaningfully below $2 for a while. This is a daily chart. And then rolling up again and coming down and now trying to test that level one more time. What I like about it is the 200-day moving average is now here as support as well. It looks to me like the PPO wants to bounce off zero and turn higher. Typically, that's not a bad entry. And in this particular case, the stock looks well set up to go higher. So I like this kind of cup with handle sort of scenario, and I want to see that work. My next one is Timken Steel. I know I haven't put a bunch of technology names in here because I really think the NASDAQ is stretched here. So I've specifically avoided it. And for all of those who love technology names, I don't have any on the list this week. So Timken Steel Corp, the company made a nice move from $2 to $16. That's an 8-bagger off the 2020 lows. It's basically consolidated for the for the year 2021, kind of getting into this range around May, and it's been going sideways. And this week it's starting to break out to new highs, and I think there's a big opportunity here for this to literally break out. And we're starting to see other steel names like Nucor starting to pop to the upside. So perhaps this one can follow along. It's a small cap, so I think it's got lots of room to move. And again, if you got a nice uptrend here, and it could kick it up even if it just range traded, instead of being 12 to 16, it goes 16 to 20. That's a nice 25% move. Nucor is another steel name. This chart's been particularly strong. So if you looked at the steel ETF, it's actually been lagging over here and kind of waning down in the bottom. And this chart continues to outperform its peers. So I like the shape of the chart. I also like that this base here, call it 105, has now been support, support, support. So it made a base, then it broke above it, and it's sitting there, and now it looks to me like it wants to go on and push to higher highs. I like the PPO setup here where it's trying to turn back up above zero, and to me that looks really strong. Lots of volume showing up on Monday this week, 5 million shares traded. And again, it's been in an uptrend since the October lows, but it's been I'll call it a gentle uptrend. I do like the fact that it looks like it wants to kind of turn up from above zero in momentum and really get going. Back here, that was a nice place to get on. I don't know if we'll get a ride that beautiful, but all in all, the stock technically sets up really nice. Looking at the relative strength compared to the S&P 500, it is breaking out to a new 2-month high, very close to a 3-month high. And it wouldn't take much. Again, this is a bit of a cup with handle situation where you kind of get that. You run up, you pull back a little, but the stock doesn't really want to pull back, and then it starts to turn higher. To me, that looks like the setup we're sitting in. So my last stock this week is a little different. I'm going to go with FTI Consulting. And one of the reasons this stock wouldn't be my first pick normally, or wouldn't be a pick for me normally, is the stock didn't do anything all last year in a great environment. But if you think about what they do, in the middle of a consulting business, it's very difficult to meet with clients, get together, work on projects. Everybody was just trying to get through the whole COVID dilemma thing. In March, April, it made a quick run up, and then it hasn't really been able to do anything. But to me, it looks like we're about to take out, this 145 level was back here. We're just starting to push into 150. So you could have bought this a year ago and gone nowhere. I like it now because it's starting to set up. So you had a quick run up, and then you had the PPO come down, and now it's finally turned up just above zero. A beautiful place to look for an entry, and perhaps you're getting something like 2019 where it really gets on a run here from, that was a double from 70 to 140, looking for a big move here from 150 up. So when you combine all of those charts, I haven't gone down the technology side of the sphere. One of the things to talk about just briefly, when you look at what happened in the market just in the past week, so the week ending November 19th, the big thing that was going on for me when I looked through the charts was that there were 6 times more stocks down big than up big. So down more than 5% on the week, then up 5% on the week. And yet the S&P and the NASDAQ closed at not only positive closes, but in the case of the NASDAQ, up 2.3%, best index worldwide, and yet all around you have so many stocks failing. So it makes it really tough to kind of pick the right names when it's almost a minefield out there of, over 1,000, it was 1,500 stocks between the two exchanges, breaking down. I think Canada was in that list too, but breaking down hard. And so I did on purpose avoid that. Anyway, I think there's some names here that looks like they could do well. They're setting up for 2022. Hopefully you find some you like. Trade safe out there. It is a bit of a wobbly market, so good luck. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.